My wife, 22F, faked a transaction to hide her source of income from me, 26M. Hi guys, I really need some advice here because my whole reality has been denied. My wife told me she was receiving financial support from her rich parents. This is how she was able to afford rent, buy food, clothes and not work etc. Her whole lifestyle is expensive, she spends money like no tomorrow. Recently we moved into a flat together and due to her being unemployed, she had to pay 6 months up front, around £11,000. She's from Morocco and I've never met her parents. I became suspicious so I asked to see proof that her dad sends her money. The reason I had my doubts is because when we first started dating, around 4 months in, I found out she was working as a sex worker. She never told me herself, I went snooping through her phone and found out. I never confronted her about this. Anyway, I told myself she was only doing it out of financial desperation. This was when she told me her parents stopped sending her money and she was behind on rent. A year later and we move into this flat together. When I asked for proof, she sent me a screenshot of a transfer from what looked like her dad's name. A couple months later and she gets locked out of her phone. She asked me to log into her online banking from my phone. That's when I saw the real transaction, and realized the photo she sent me was fake and edited. The money had actually been sent from herself. So for whatever reason, she didn't want me to see that. When I called her out on this, she completely denied that it was fake. She also refused to show me proof that her dad sends her money. She deflected the focus on the fact I went through her transactions. When I said I just want peace of mind, her reaction was, I don't care, think what you want to think. What shall I do? What would you guys do if you were in my shoes? We just got married and her spouse visa had finally been granted. Everything was going so well. Now it feels like my whole reality has been crushed and it was all an illusion. You've made a mistake at every single juncture in this story. So you found out she was a sex worker early on, and ignored it, thinking it would just go away and she would stop. Your inability to communicate and set boundaries led you to this. You crushed your own reality. Sorry, you seem pretty stupid. We just got married. Why would you marry someone you don't trust and that you don't talk to about things, e.g. her being a sex worker? Let me get this straight. You married a sex worker, which you only found out by invading her privacy. You were fine when you thought you were just leeching money off her dad to help pay your bills, but now you're disillusioned because you found out that she probably makes her money from sex work. My friend, have you considered that you might possibly not be the sharpest tool in the shed? Both of you seem pretty sketchy and should go separate ways. My 22F girlfriend, 30F, isn't listening when I'm saying she's being too rough in bed. So it's literally just the title. Me, 22F, and her, 30F, have been together for about a year. Our relationship is pretty good. There's really only one problem I have. How rough she is in bed. Well, it's not the fact that she's rough. She's into some kinky stuff and so am I, so it was amazing at first. It's the fact that she's not listening when I'm telling her that she's been too rough. Over the last 3 weeks she's been taking things a bit too far. She keeps doing things we haven't discussed, like slapping, stretching, spitting, etc. I never mentioned being into these things before and she never mentioned wanting to try them. When I tell her that I didn't like it or that she's being too rough, she tells me that she didn't mean to and didn't realize it hurt me or made me uncomfortable. But then she'll do it again. I keep bringing it up and it's always the same. I'm sorry, I won't do it again. I didn't realize, but she's not changing. She keeps doing the things I'm telling her not to and it's starting to hurt. I'm getting bruises from her pushing me against walls super roughly or rope burns from how tight she ties me up. I'm starting to not even want to have sex anymore if she keeps acting like this. She's not telling me that she wants to be rougher or that she wants to do the things she's doing. She just saying she doesn't mean to do them. Like, how do you not mean to slap me? Or what do you mean you just accidentally tried to put 4 fingers in me when I'm literally telling you that 3 hurts? Like what? I don't know what to do anymore. And this point is thinking of breaking up. Would that be too far? This woman is assaulting you. No means no. If she can't understand that she isn't a safe person, this abuse, it will only get worse. You need to break up. That's it in a nutshell. She is conditioning you to endure more and more abuse under the guise of, won't do it again, and, didn't realize, this is how abusers get their victims into cycles. Her actions and her words aren't aligning, and if she cared enough to treat you with respect, she wouldn't be repeatedly putting you in this position. Leave. It's not too far at all. I am sorry, but she is absolutely old enough to know what she is doing isn't kink, it's just abuse. She is taking advantage of you because of your age and willingness to forgive her. It would not be going too far to break up at all. Truly wish you the best. You've mentioned several times, no, and the other person keeps pushing boundaries? Time to put yours down and clearly mark them as no trespass. The age gap in this relationship on top of the complete lack of consent and respect is concerning me. If she is not going to listen to what you're not comfortable with and is going to keep doing it, you need to leave up. I don't know your relationship, but it sounds like a power imbalance and you are not safe. 18F and 19M dated for 6 months, wondering if I broke up too soon and if it can be fixed. I, 18 female, broke up with my ex, 19 male, a few months ago. When we first met online, we connected almost instantly, had deep conversations, and became really close. When we met in person, it still felt good at first, but I started having doubts I couldn't explain. I was nervous a lot and felt unsure about attraction even though he was everything I thought I wanted. I thought maybe it was just the end of the honeymoon phase or my anxiety, but I got scared and worried that if I stayed, I would end up hurting him later by being unhappy. I broke up with him even though I still cared about him deeply. We haven't talked much since. Lately I've been missing him more and wondering if I let fear ruin something really good. I don't know if it's even fair to reach out now. Has anyone been in a situation like this? Is it possible to rebuild something after breaking it like that? How do you know when it's right to reach out versus letting someone heal? Too long did not read. I broke up with someone I cared about because of doubts. Now I miss him and wonder if it's possible to rebuild what we had. Looking for advice on how to tell if reaching out is the right thing. It sounds like you have an avoidant attachment style. If that's true, fix that before you hurt anybody. I don't think it's fair to reach out to him, especially if you haven't worked through what made you end things with him. What if you reach out, he comes back, you end it again, then a few months later you do this again? Edit. I came back to this. She kissed her friend's boyfriend when they were in a break. This is not a teen making bad decisions. This is like just a not good person. She could turn it around, but she should leave the ex alone and apologize to her friend. Probably go to therapy and work on herself. Leave the poor man alone, you are not well. You did this to a man who you believed was perfect for you? I can't even begin to imagine how you treat your friends. Edit. Posting to R. Sexy stories not even 2 hours after this post about how you made out with your best friend's boyfriend is not a good look. P. Please seek help. 1. Don't read these comments. 2. Don't reach out to him. 3. Learn more about yourself outside of serious romantic relationships. EU and avoidant. Leave him alone and F off. You people destroy others. My 21F fiance cheated on me 21M 2 days after I proposed. Well, this is shitty. Me 21M, and my now not anymore fiance 21F cheated on me 2 days after I proposed to her. I'm going to try and keep it short and simple, but I've never been cheated on, especially in this type of way. I enlisted into the Marines a few months ago. I ship out next month. I have been with this woman for a while, a year now, and I've known her for 4 years prior to actually proposing and having the thought of proposing to her. I've never had to go through her phone or anything because who wants a relationship or marriage like that? She was always so sweet and loving, she cooked, she was always there for me, she's a fantastic mother and everyone knew about us. I met her parents, all that. We decided to get a suite together and go out and just spend the last little bit of time together that we'd have before I ship out for basic training. I decided to put together a little something special and propose to her. I did that, she said yes, and we had a great day together like normal. Later that night she was sleeping, and like I said, I've never had a reason to check her phone. She had put my Face ID in there, so I decided to respond to check her messages on Snapchat since it was blowing up like crazy, after she had posted a picture of us together. Of course it was another guy, but I didn't think much of it because I trusted her. Sure enough, it was a whole conversation, her sending him a bunch of pictures, and the worst part by far was of the picture of us that he had slid up on and commented on, which said, "Only if he knew what I did to you that night, weary." My stomach dropped and I've never felt more sick and disgusted. All within the same day we took that picture. These comments were made from this guy. Her response to his comment was, "It was really good, I can't lie lol." I slid the ring off her finger as she was sleeping. I seen tons of nasty comments. Again, all within the same day these pictures were posted of us. After she woke up, I went and took a shower to try and clear my head, questioning what the fuck had happened and what the hell did I read. She had knew I went through it, as her brother was pissed off at her for it since he was out there chilling with me the entire time. She then begged me and cried and sobbed, swore up and down that she'd never do it again. Come to find out she had slept with this guy 5 days ago. So yeah, before I proposed, but still. Not only did she do that, but she was texting the guy wanting to do it again after I proposed. As of now she's willing to do anything to fix our relationship, but I'm just so confused. Why did this to a guy that wanted to give you everything and was always faithful throughout the entirety of the relationship? I don't know what to do. Save the hate comments please, I just need genuine advice. Thank you. Sorry if I had some grammar errors, I'm typing this and still processing everything. I'm going to have a beer when I get home and read all of these, so please no limit comment your experience. I just feel hurt, especially after thinking I could trust her. Break up and move on. Do not get back together because it's not going to get any easier with you at training. Break up and use the energy to focus on marine training. You break up, you thank the heavens you aren't married to her, and you block whilst you move on. Shipping out will help as you will far away and time will give you clarity. Walk away, man, she ruined it. There is no coming back from this. The most important thing to remember is what she isn't sorry she did it, she's sorry she got caught. Know the difference. If you hadn't found those messages, this would still be happening and would have continued to happen. Don't be fooled by this woman's tears. They're crocodile tears. You learned that she was not trustworthy, and you learned it early enough to save you an awful lot of strife. My advice is to be grateful, focus on yourself for a bit and move on. It's done. I've been cheated on. Found out after I had married this man and had his child, and now I have no way to cut ties cleanly since there's a child involved. Be grateful you found out before you got married and no legality has to be involved. Move on and find someone who genuinely cares about you. I'm so sorry.